Although we know that the universe is expanding at an accelerating rate, we don't know that much more about it. What appeals about astronomy is the physics. To me, it's understanding things at a very fundamental level. And the great thing about astronomy is it gives you the chance to test physics in some of the most extreme environments. Currently, my research focuses on something called the Dark Energy Survey, which is an international project, about 300 different collaborators. About half of them come from a particle physics background, the other half come from an astronomy background. And we're using a new instrument in Chile on a telescope in the Andes, high up in the Andes in a desert region. And we're looking at part of the sky, the southern sky, that hasn't really been mapped in great detail before. So we're taking very deep digital images of the sky. Because we can map so much of the sky at once, it allows us to, over the course of 5 years, map a whole swath of the sky. What we do is we find clusters of galaxies, new discoveries of them in our local neighborhood, maybe 1 billion years ago, a couple of billion years ago, and then all the way back, 10 billion years ago when they were first formed. And by mapping the changes, not only in the number of the clusters, but also in how heavy they are over time, how they get distributed, how they merge over time. It tells us about how the universe evolved, how it began, and ultimately how it may end. So what dark energy seems to be is the energy of a vacuum. And the more vacuum or the more space you have, the more energy that you have. Now that's counterintuitive because generally speaking, you're thinking that if you're expanding a volume, you're decreasing the density of what's inside. And so that's why it's mysterious. So we're using 4 different complementary methods to look at what dark energy is doing. Because although we know that the universe is expanding at an accelerating rate, we don't know that much more about it. But in the meantime, you're discovering things all along the way. We've detected new dwarf galaxies that are close to the Milky Way. Things like the Magellanic Clouds, but smaller, and they've already been ripped apart. We've discovered more of those than have been discovered before. So along the way, we are making all these fascinating discoveries, and I love all branches of astronomy, not just cosmology. So for me, it's like a kid in a candy store, to be honest with you.